Well, welcome everyone. This is Heather Sadowski from Health Promotion here at the University of Richmond. Thanks for joining me today. This is our second session in Health and Wellbeing in 2021. So I'm going to talk today about working remotely during COVID. So some of you may have been working remotely, some of you this may be new, and others of you this may be a permanent now as we look for our new norms. So what we'll be talking about today is we're going to honor the situation that we're in. So whether that's your home office, setting the stage and setting the tone, childcare, thinking about our community of helpers that we have around us, then also virtual school, what that may look like and how this is all new as we're navigating. So the first piece we'll talk about is our home office and really building upon what we have. So thinking about our home office and have we created that dedicated space for our home office? If it's possible, using a separate room with a door. If not, work to carve a quiet space that's free from distractions. So if we have to be in our dining room, maybe certain hours of the day we're there while others are other places. So we're thinking about just having a dedicated space that is our office. Minding ergonomics. So thinking about the way that our body's positioned, sitting on our chair, our hands are at our keyboard. So really striving for a setup that supports efficiency, productivity, and really protects our health. I don't know about you all, but I had to get a new office chair because my lower back was just aching from my current chair. So that was something that I learned in this world. And also prioritizing comfortability and supporting our seating, once again, having that good lighting and understanding how close or how far our computer needs to be away. Are we stretching? Are we leaning? Are we having our shoulders back and down? So really thinking about our setup as it comes to ergonomics. Dress for success. This is a fun tip that I put in here. Although many people see comfy clothes as a virtual perk, consider the impact on your mindset. So it's important to recognize what we wear, how we feel, helps us stay motivated and also energized for work. So maybe we can be all business on top, but then comfy sweats on the bottom. And also, if there are any questions as I'm going through the presentation, please feel free to drop those in the Q&A, and I'd be more than happy to answer those as I go. When we're thinking about childcare, look for the helpers. We talk about looking for helpers in traumatic situations, but also looking for helpers in ways that can help us in our homes. So it's okay to ask for assistance from others. It's okay to get older children or our spouses or our partners involved. Having rules and activities that keep older children occupied. That's something my children are done with their school day at noon, and my husband's home teaching as well. So really trying to have those activities to fill my children's day from 12 until about 3, until my husband is finished up with his day. So whether that's, reading, whether that's some TV time, lunch, preparing all of that. So really thinking about how we can plan those days out. Making it a habit to connect with at least one other parent on a daily basis, whether it be child related or just a quick hello. So we all have been finding that social connectedness is really key in the COVID times, and connecting with those other parents really does make an impact in a positive direction. So those nurturing relationships can be important for both parents and children. That virtual school day. Organizing our day. Working at home requires a very disciplined mindset, and so does working from school or having school at home requires that disciplined mindset. So it's important to organize your day by setting daily priorities, making your to-do list, or having your children create their to-do list, or any homework that they may have, or any projects they have coming up that day. Schedule your day as if you were in the office, including breaks away from the desk or for lunch, and putting these breaks on your calendar for reinforcement. And then making sure others understand, even though you're home and working, that you're still working. So be clear about your work hours and when you can interact. And a simple do not disturb sign may be helpful. If you're in an important meeting, you put that outside of your window or on the door so that children know, hey, I need to knock, or mommy or daddy is in an important meeting that I'll come back a little bit later. And then really keeping clear, defined working, school, and homework hours. So I think something that I've, struggled with is trying to find that balance when I'm at home. So it's really, my phone's there, my laptop's there. So when do I start my day? When do I end my day? Is it okay if after dinner I pull out my laptop? Would I normally do that if I was working a normal work day in the office? So just some things to consider, and try to find your boundaries and your balance to have those clearly defined work, school, and homework hours for both your children and ourselves personally too. So we want to think about motivators. What motivates us? What keeps us going? So working at home means that you need to supply more in the moment encouragement. So whether that's just a little text to a friend or a little shout out on a Zoom, something that just provides that motivator, like, hey, I see you, you're doing a really good job. I know this is challenging, but I see you and you're working hard. Figure out what feels rewarding, like a virtual high five. There's little graphics on our Zoom accounts or little emojis on Microsoft Teams. So whatever they may be, just really thinking about those and how you can incorporate those to propel you and energize you through the day. And then celebrating an accomplishment or a task with the walk. Having that, I'm going to get through 5 emails today, or 5 emails before lunch that are really, really important and I need to really concentrate on. And then I'm going to reward myself with a walk at lunch, or a call or a text to a friend, or by having lunch with my children who are doing virtual schooling. We need to be aware of distractions. Distractions come in many, many different forms, of people, of emails, of the garbage truck, driving by, picking up the garbage in your neighborhood. So notice what draws your attention away from the work, and try to be proactive and avoid some of those situations if you can. So for example, if you're expecting an Amazon delivery, maybe you put a sign at the door like, do not ring the doorbell on a call, or letting personal calls go to voicemail, or silencing your phone, and then addressing those personal tasks that you have during those breaks only. I also can't do a slideshow without incorporating personal well-being. And it's just really important when we're thinking about our own personal well-being, our children's personal well-being, but to really take breaks about every hour, to get up, to stretch, to move, to fill up our water bottles, to step outside to get some fresh air, and if we're lucky, a little sunshine. Take some of the time that you're saving by not commuting to benefit health. So maybe that's taking a walk, exercise, or reading a book that you're really interested in. And then one of the most significant contributions to our physical and emotional well-being is sleep. So really thinking about getting that good night's sleep, having those boundaries with our work hours so that we're able to completely close off our work, to be able to concentrate on getting a good night's sleep and not worrying about everything that we have going on in our minds, but really kind of having those boundaries with work, with sleep, with home. And then setting yourself up for success with all of these 3 key areas is important. Remaining fluid. It's one of the key pieces. So this may be a new way of working for your team or customers. So we've almost hit a year mark right now. So just still remaining fluid as we progress forward. Continuing to look for ways to improve upon any sort of communication we have, or ways to make things better in either our home, ergonomics, our communication with others, or in the virtual school day. And checking to make sure that rules and team norms we establish from the start lead to the outcomes we intended, and if not, adjust them. As we're coming up on that year mark, is this working the way that we intended it to? Is this time maybe to just kind of take a step back, kind of regroup, think about, the progress that we've made? Is there anything that needs to be adjusted, or any of these tips that we talked about for the day that you would like to adjust moving forward? And in conclusion, for the transition and beyond, just recognizing your needs, whether it comes to self-care, whether it's any children type needs that you may be addressing, be aware of the resources, look for those helpers, look for the apps that we have out there for mindfulness, for meditation, for fitness. Understanding expectations of not only what our children are expected to do in their virtual school, but also those of our supervisors or those of our family unit members that we're surrounded by. Being proactive. So once again, being proactive. If our office setup is not working, this is a great time to check in and be proactive to adjust. and to stay flexible. And that's one of the biggest key pieces here as a planner, type A personality. I love to plan, I love to have organization, and I've really learned that I need to just be flexible and just let things come as they may. So in the ending, in the conclusion, I just leave you with a quote from Nelson Mandela: "The greatest glory in living lies not in falling, but in rising every time we fall." So thinking about adjusting, thinking about proactivity, and just thinking about moving forward and thriving in the best ways that we possibly can. My contact information is listed here, my email address. I answer my email frequently. Once again, try to have my boundaries, but I do answer my email frequently, so feel free to shoot me a message if you have any further questions or any further information you'd like me to share. And my contact phone number is listed here as well, so feel free to give me a call. I thank you all for your time today. Are there any questions that we may have? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I can see all of you, or see the participants, and any questions that may arise. No questions at this time. Well, with that said, thank you for joining us. I look forward to seeing you at future sessions. Please feel free to follow the alumni Facebook and Instagram accounts and the website as well for upcoming events that are done virtually. So thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you in the future, and go Spiders. Have a great day, everyone.